Welcome back to our series exploring Frank Lloyd Wright's architectural legacy. In this episode, we delve into Wright's unbuilt projects from 1912 up 1914. These visionary designs, while never constructed, provide valuable insights into Wright's innovative approach to architecture. We'll explore a range of residential and public projects that showcase his commitment to integrating form, function, and materials. Join us as we uncover the ideas that influenced modern architecture, even though they were never realized. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep up with our journey through Wright's creative explorations. (1912) Honor J. Jackson 3 houses. Location unspecified. Previously thought to be from 1914, the project titled Frank Lloyd Wright Orchestra Hall, Chicago, is now identified from 1912, a year when Wright maintained an office in that building. The only document available for the Jackson houses is a single sheet detailing the ground floor plans. These plans feature Wright's characteristic cruciform layout, with the reception, living, and dining rooms interconnected and open to one another. The kitchens are positioned behind the central fireplace, completing the cruciform configuration. Notably, there are no existing plans for the second floor of these houses. Madison Hotel for Arthur L. Richards, Madison, Wisconsin. The Madison Hotel project, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright for Arthur L. Richards, was planned to be a significant architectural addition to Madison, Wisconsin. Arthur L. Richards was a developer who collaborated with Wright on several occasions, most notably on the American System-built homes, which were intended to be affordable and modular housing solutions. For the Madison Hotel, Wright likely envisioned a design that would integrate his signature aesthetic principles, such as a strong horizontal emphasis, integration with the landscape, and innovative use of building materials. While detailed specifics of the hotel's design features, such as layout, materials, or stylistic nuances, are not readily available in the information I have, it can be presumed that the project would have showcased Wright's organic architecture philosophy, aiming to create a harmonious environment tailored to its urban setting in Madison. Like many of Wright's projects from his middle period, this building would have aimed to reflect both functionality and beauty, potentially featuring expansive windows, cantilevered overhangs for natural light, and interior spaces that flowed seamlessly into each other. Schoolhouse, 1912. Location unspecified. Henry Russell Hitchcock's mention of LaGrange, Illinois, as the location for a Frank Lloyd Wright project in his book In the Nature of Materials adds a geographical context to a project that might otherwise lack specific documentation on its drawings. It appears that the project was multifaceted, with different schemes represented in the available architectural representations, including 2 perspectives and 1 elevation, suggesting variations in Wright's design approach for this particular building. The documented plans describe a 2-story educational or institutional structure with 4 classrooms on the first floor. The discrepancy between the first floor plan and the second floor plan, which do not align and could represent an alternative solution or phase in Wright's design process, indicates flexibility or evolution in the planning stages. Wright's inclusion of a thumbnail sketch of the stairs with the note, "Interior stairs looking to rear," provides further insight into the internal layout and the architectural flow he envisioned for the building. This kind of project, especially with varying plans and unclear documentation, showcases Wright's iterative process, where multiple design solutions could be explored before finalizing the plans. The inconsistency in floor plans might also suggest that Wright was experimenting with different functional layouts to best utilize the space within the constraints and requirements of the project. Without additional documentation or a more detailed history of the project's commission and development, much about the intent and final outcome remains speculative, but underscores Wright's dynamic approach to architectural design. Working Man's Cottage for Taliesin, Spring Green, Wisconsin. This modest two-bedroom cottage, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, was intended for a worker or farmer on his estate, Taliesin, using the same architectural grammar that characterizes the main estate. The cottage features a practical layout, combining the kitchen and living dining areas into a cohesive open space, with the kitchen planned as an alcove, which allows for efficient use of space and easy access during meal preparation and family activities. In the initial design, the toilet was placed outdoors, a common practice in designs aimed at simplicity and cost reduction. However, Wright later revised the design to incorporate the toilet indoors, situating it close to the kitchen. This adjustment not only improved the cottage's functionality and comfort, but also demonstrated Wright's practical consideration for reducing plumbing costs by consolidating the plumbing needs in one area of the house. 1913. Banff National Park Railway Station, Alberta, Canada. The conceptual studies for the Banff National Park Railway Station by Frank Lloyd Wright showcase two variations of the plan, designed to complement a park shelter also envisioned by Wright. These plans are tailored to integrate seamlessly into the stunning natural environment of Banff National Park while serving the functional needs of a railway station. Both variations, while distinct, would maintain a harmony with Wright's architectural principles, emphasizing functionality meshed with an aesthetic that respects and enhances the natural beauty of Banff National Park. The designs would also likely incorporate Wright's commitment to creating structures that are both beautiful and deeply integrated with their settings, using materials and forms that reflect the local environment and cultural context. Carnegie Library, Pembroke, Ottawa, Canada. This library design, created in collaboration with Francis W. Sullivan, showcases a unique architectural approach with only a perspective of the library surviving to offer insight into its aesthetics and functional elements. The front elevation is characterized by its robust and solid appearance, with high windows set above sturdy brick walls, emphasizing a sense of durability and permanence. Florida Cottage, Palm Beach, Florida. This Florida cottage, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright, ingeniously combines two architectural plan types, square and rectangular, joined by a screened terrace that serves as the main entry. The square plan accommodates the living dining area and kitchen, along with a service entry, while an enclosed porch extends outward, enhancing the living space. The rectangular plan includes 4 bedrooms, a bathroom, and a servant's bedroom, with a secondary entry adjacent to the servant's room for private access. The design is characterized by low stucco walls and broad hip roofs, suitable for the tropical climate, offering stability and shade. This layout not only maximizes functionality and comfort but also integrates well with the tropical setting, potentially offering views of the ocean, highlighting Wright's knack for blending architecture with its environment. This setup makes the cottage a unique example of Wright's work adapted for a tropical locale. MB Hilly House, Brookfield, Illinois. The Hilly House project, preserved in the Frank Lloyd Wright archives through 2 surviving blueprints, encapsulates Wright's ability to design simplistic, functional residences. The original plans have been lost, but these blueprints provide insight into the layout of this one-story structure. Designed for practical living within a compact footprint, the Hilly House features a straightforward arrangement consisting of a living room, kitchen, 2 bedrooms, and a bathroom. The entry to the house is uniquely positioned by the fireplace, leading directly into the living room. This setup not only enhances the welcoming aspect of the home, but also maximizes the use of space by merging the warmth of the fireplace with the communal living area. Jerome Mendelsohn House, Albany, New York. The architectural plans for this project reveal a complex structure with a thoughtful blend of different story heights and functional spaces, laid out in an L configuration. The design showcases a two-story section on the right side of the front elevation and a story-and-a-half section on the left, connected by a lower one-story element. The entrance is strategically located at the corner where the two wings meet, creating a welcoming transition into the home. Notably missing from the plans is the basement layout, which is not included in the file. An additional structure at the rear of the property is depicted in one of the drawings, designed to house a 3-car garage and servant quarters complete with laundry and drying yard facilities. An arbored walk along one side of the property enhances the scenic and functional connectivity of the outdoor spaces. Model Quarter Section, City Residential Land Development, Chicago, Illinois. In 1913, Frank Lloyd Wright participated in a visionary project for a competition organized by the City Club of Chicago. Although his proposal was non-competitive, it was ambitious and comprehensive, later published in 1916 as Non-Competitive Plan by Frank Lloyd Wright. This plan aimed to develop a quarter section of land on the outskirts of Chicago, incorporating a mix of residential, commercial, and cultural spaces. Wright's scheme included commercial buildings strategically placed adjacent to the railway to facilitate access for suburban trains, enhancing connectivity and efficiency. Cultural landmarks, such as theaters, schools, a library, an art museum, and a motion picture theater, were integrated to foster a vibrant community hub. Recreational centers, religious centers, shops, a fire department, post office, branch bank, apartments, and various types of dwellings were also part of the extensive plan. This early plan by Wright revealed his deep concern for urban planning, a theme he would continue to develop and refine in his later work on Broadacre City in 1934. Elements of this 1913 scheme showed foresight into concepts he would further elaborate in Broadacre City, demonstrating his ongoing evolution in thinking about urban environments. Moreover, Wright incorporated elements from his earlier Roberts Block Plan of 1903 into this project, showing a continuity and refinement of his urban design principles. Press Building for the San Francisco. The Press Building, designed by Frank Lloyd Wright for the San Francisco newspaper Call Bulletin, marked Wright's initial venture into designing tall structures. Conceptualized as two interconnected buildings of differing heights, the design showcased Wright's innovative approach to skyscraper construction. Wright proposed using concrete construction methods similar to those used for grain elevators, which involved a slip-form technique that allowed the structure to be built continuously by pouring concrete into a moving form. This method was efficient and robust, suitable for the skyscraper's needs, with steel reinforcement to ensure structural integrity. One of the unique architectural features Wright planned was a projecting slab at the top of the building, which was intended to serve as a lighting fixture to illuminate the building's walls. This design element was not only functional but also aesthetically appealing, adding a distinctive cap to the skyscraper. Wright also designed the building with setbacks, so the overhang covered only the building's own ground space, aligning with zoning laws and creating a visually striking profile. Wright's interest in integrating functionality with bold architectural statements is evident in his description of the building during his exhibition 60 Years of Living Architecture, which toured from 1951 to 1954. In the exhibition catalog, he noted that the project profoundly influenced the development of the American skyscraper. This comment reflects Wright's recognition of his contribution to evolving skyscraper design, building upon the innovations of his former employer, Louis Sullivan. Sullivan is credited with pioneering the skyscraper concept, emphasizing verticality in his designs, which departed from the traditional approach of stacking masonry blocks topped with elaborate cornices. Arthur Richards Chinese Restaurant, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. The elusive project of a Chinese restaurant designed by Frank Lloyd Wright for Arthur Richards in Milwaukee is documented only through a single conceptual drawing from 1913, annotated by Wright in 1950. The drawing includes both an elevation and a section, placing the restaurant on the third floor of the building. This placement suggests an intent to create a distinct dining space that offers privacy and potentially scenic views, separated from the street level. The first floor, as hinted at in the elevation, appears designed for retail use, with a large display window indicating a mixed-use building strategy. This project highlights Wright's versatility in integrating commercial and cultural functionalities within an urban architectural setting. 1914. Farmers and Merchants National Bank, Spring Green, Wisconsin. This bank proposal by Frank Lloyd Wright, characterized by its severe design, is documented only by one perspective and two sketch elevations, with no surviving plan. The location in Spring Green, a small farming town, raises questions about the viability of supporting two banks, suggesting that the proposal might not have been economically feasible for the community. This emphasizes the importance of considering the local economic context in architectural planning. Professor Frederick W. Cale Dance Academy, Madison, Wisconsin. The proposed building for Professor Cale's Dance Academy is a complex four-level structure. The ground floor features an entrance court accessed between a candy shop and a flower shop, leading to a dance hall with lounges for men and women, a stage, and dressing rooms. A mezzanine overlooks the hall, housing two kitchens that connect directly to the dance floor. An apartment with living spaces and bedrooms fronts this level. The second floor offers another dance hall with associated facilities and a mezzanine balcony. Architecturally, the building reflects elements seen in Wright's Midway Gardens, particularly in its masonry construction and ornamental finials. Initially thought to be from 1912, the design was later identified as from 1914 and was featured in the Dutch magazine Wendingen in 1925, highlighting its importance in Wright's portfolio. Gallery for Storage and Exhibition of Japanese Prints, Boston, Massachusetts. In 1913, during his stay in Tokyo, Frank Lloyd Wright developed a significant interest in Japanese woodblock prints, acquiring many not only for himself, but also for fellow collectors like William S. Spalding. After returning from Japan, Spalding requested Wright to design a special gallery to house this collection, although the specific location for this gallery was never finalized. The design for the gallery included a thoughtful layout conducive to the display and storage of woodblock prints. The first floor plan featured a vestibule leading to an anteroom, which provided access to a main exhibition storage area. This central room was designed as a square space with sloped easels and drawers lining all four walls, optimized for the storage and display of the prints. A notable architectural feature of this room was a skylight, intended to bathe the space in natural light, enhancing the viewing experience. An additional entrance led to what was presumably a private office equipped with a fireplace, from which stairs ascended to a second level. This upper level functioned as a balcony overlooking the print room, further integrating the gallery's spatial dynamics. The innovative design included drawers for storing prints flat and easel walls that allowed for their display when pulled out, reflecting Wright's meticulous attention to the functional and aesthetic requirements of art display. Despite the thoughtful design, the project was never executed. However, Spalding's collection, considered one of the finest in the world, found a permanent home at Boston's Museum of Fine Arts, ensuring its accessibility and preservation. State Bank of Spring Green, Wisconsin. Frank Lloyd Wright's design for a bank building emphasizes a sense of security, akin to a strongbox, through its solid square brick structure and formidable appearance. This robustness is balanced by elegant, high, narrow vertical windows and decorative planting urns at the entrance, adding a touch of elegance and welcome. Adjacent to the main bank building is a smaller, square structure set back from the sidewalk, housing additional offices and a safety deposit room, both accessible from the main lobby. The internal layout features a main banking room leading to a private office for Mr. King, presumably the bank president, situated behind the vault area, which includes a toilet and stairs leading to an undefined lower level. Wright's design masterfully combines functionality with strong visual statements, reinforcing the bank's secure and stable image. The last project of this series, U.S. Embassy Building, Tokyo, Japan. Frank Lloyd Wright's adaptation of the 1906 Thaxter Shaw House plan for an embassy building incorporates key architectural and functional elements suitable for a diplomatic setting. The central section houses the main entrance, reception hall, drawing rooms, and leads to a second hall that opens onto an outdoor court. This layout supports essential embassy functions, such as formal gatherings in spaces labeled banquets and balls, complemented by a conservatory. The upper floors offer private and semi-public spaces, including a roof terrace, library, and living room that overlook the ballroom, enhancing both the living and ceremonial aspects of the embassy. Additionally, the design includes multiple bedrooms on the third level and extended wings on the ground floor for diplomatic offices and cultural exhibits, indicating a comprehensive approach to the diverse needs of an embassy. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of an intriguing chapter in architectural history, featuring Frank Lloyd Wright's unique and visionary designs for an embassy building. We hope you found the journey through Wright's innovative use of space and form as captivating as we did. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to stay updated with our series as we continue to uncover the stories behind some of the world's most fascinating architectural projects. Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. We love hearing from you. See you in the next episode, where we'll delve even deeper into the world of architecture. Until then, keep exploring and stay inspired.